Hey and welcome to today's video.
So in today's video we're gonna eat some fish. I got from you guys recommended a place in Porto Muniz where they apparently have the best fish. I'm still in São Vicente or close to São Vicente where my house is, and from there I basically started the hike towards Porto Muniz where the restaurant is. And now I'm on an old road that got replaced by tunnels, and this old road connects São Vicente and Porto Muniz directly. I go this until a town called Seixal. Then I go up the mountain, and then I gonna sleep one night on the plateau there, where a big part of the Laurisilva is, and then I descend back down to Porto Muniz. And there I will hopefully get my fish. I hope you enjoy this video. Have fun.
The first part of my hike was on an old abandoned road, the ER 101. This street was built after the Second World War, and it was connecting big parts of the north, from São Vicente to Ribeira de Chanela near Porto Muniz. This street that is built directly in the cliffs of Madeira is not in use anymore. It got replaced by a more modern and newer road that is going through tunnels. I was reading that in the past this road was still used for off-road adventures, but because of falling stones and because of the condition of the street, nowadays nothing drives here anymore. Luckily, I am not a car.
So you see, this is the old street, and here on top you have the new street. Basically it's the new tunnels that are now used by the cars. And here you see already the reasons why no car is driving, because apparently rocks are breaking down. For this hike, if you do it, please take a helmet. And now the old street here meets the new street. And they are going here in the tunnel. We are probably going on the right side. I am coming! Woo!
Looking for that county line, trying to dodge that county fine. All I own in the passenger side, no money for a lawyer to testify. Found a new girl down the street, a little white thing, so damn sweet.
Alright, so I just hit my feet against the rock because I was recording, and it hurts like hell, but it's not bleeding. Okay, the toe is not broken, nothing is bleeding, so we can continue. It's just purple and blue. This, my friends, is Seixal. Here we are heading to. Okay, there was one part of the old road that seemed like complete and broken off. So I'm going now through the tunnel. Here is at least a sidewalk. Beautiful tunnel. I hate this tunnel. 250 meters left. Exit! I see light. Freedom. Okay, so I'm back at the old street and follow it now, I think 2 more kilometers to Seixal and then up the mountain. So far it's pretty easy. The tunnel was a bit scary. Not scary, but a bit strange. And very hot inside the tunnel. And the air was logically very bad. Anyways, enough complaint.
After the tunnel, the old street and the new street were pretty much the same. And once again, I was hiking on a street. But let's just skip this part, okay? And let's directly continue in
Seixal, beautiful Seixal. There's an amazing beach. And these things are the natural pools. And finally, I'm leaving this street. Few more steps and gone. No more cars, no more concrete. Just me and the nature the next days.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters.
Fluffy.
This land was made for
It's
you
like a
and
pillow.
me.
Nice. Lunchtime. It is now around 3. I plan to hike today until 7:30. Then the sunset begins, then I will make camp. So now I need some energy and fuel my stomach. What do we have today? We have some chorizo, some tuna, this whatever this kind of cheese is, and some tortillas. Enjoy. So as I said in the last videos, I don't want to stay on the same place, and I asked you on Instagram for some recommendations where I could go on Madeira, and you said I should check out São Vicente. I thought I'd give you a short room tour. Have fun. Hey and welcome here in my little paradise. After 2 weeks of Funchal and a quite busy city life, I want to move around on the island and not always stay at the same place. I ask you guys what place you recommend here in Madeira, and you recommended to me São Vicente. I decided to go a bit a step further and rent in São Vicente by the top of the mountain a small cottage house, which is really amazing. It has this beautiful view here. After São Vicente, we still need to decide where we are going next. But for now, I will stay 1-2 weeks here and enjoy this place. And then we can together decide on my Instagram page. For now, have fun with the rest of the video. Ciao, ciao. So, lunch finished and back on the road again. I already made 560 meters of incline so far. And I have now around 4 to 5 kilometers left until the next place where I can get some water, which is then basically the last place before I make camp. And yeah, I still need to make around 800 meters elevation gain. I should end up at around 1300. The route so far, it's pretty tough because you constantly go on the stairs, but also very beautiful. This forest feels like exactly how you imagine a jungle here in Madeira. Really beautiful. Good, I hope you enjoyed the video so far. If you do me a favor and press like and subscribe to my channel. Woohoo! It's getting up and up. Whew. Good. I'm at 1050 meters, 200 meters more. I didn't see any hiker today. It's amazing. The whole trail for me. On the plateau. Woohoo. It seems like a huge alpine desert. Flat, rocky, only bushes, no trees.
The Pau de Serra Plateau, located on an elevation of 1,300 to 1,500 meters, is with its 24 square kilometers the island's flattest area. The plateau is not only famous for hiking trails, cows and levadas, but also 50% of the island's energy requirements are here provided, in form of renewable energy from sun, wind and water. The plateau plays also an important role for the existence of levadas. During the rainy season, the plateau receives a massive amount of water that almost floods it. The water is here collected and later fed into the levada. After the steep incline, I had no water left. My plan was to find a water source, filter it and make camp here on the plateau. What I didn't calculate with was that probably because of the unusual dry start of the rainy season, all riverbeds were dried out. And the next levada was a few kilometers away, and the sun was already setting.
Alright, so there inside should be a riverbed, but it seems empty. Probably it's dried out now during the summer. I need now to see some alternatives where water is. I'm a bit concerned because I think most levadas here are dried out. So in worst case it will be a very dry night. Sunset begins in 50 minutes, so that means it's getting dark in 45 minutes. I will try half an hour more to find some water and then I give up. In worst case I get in the morning some water. It will not kill me. So in my map it shows that here is supposed to be some water, but it is dried out. Fuck. So okay, so still no water. It's now 7:44. I should make camp, but here's also no spot. So continue a little bit and then I will make camp. There's water, but it doesn't help me.
I tried to find some water and I walked around another 5 kilometers and tried 3 different riverbeds. All were dried out. The last location I tried was also a fail, and additionally the road was covered with bushes, so I couldn't make my camp there. And by now it got already really dark and I was running out of options.
Okay, so this trail was also nothing. So I have basically 3 options. The first option is there's a restaurant. I could get some water there, which means I need to go back on the street and follow the street for I don't know how long. And then if I have water, I can search for a place to make camp. Or I take a taxi to Puerto Moniz and then tomorrow I walk the route from today back. Oh wow, look how beautiful this is. Amazing. Other option is I just don't eat and drink and make my camp here, wake up early tomorrow. Write it in the comments and let me know what you would do. So stop right now the video, press the play button, pause and write down in the comments what would you do in exactly this situation. I'm really curious. I found another option. This restaurant apparently seems also to be a hotel. So instead of suffering here, not drinking, not eating, I will go there. I'll ask, hey, do you have a room? And if they don't, or if they're another hotel, then I still have the possibility to buy some water there and either, well, I will think about it then. Let's do this. I need now to walk all the way back to the street where we came from and then walk along this nice beautiful street, again a street, for I don't know, I think 1 or 2 kilometers. It has something romantic. lost in the darkness on the plateau of Madeira. And back at the street. Now follow the street for 800 meters, go to another street.
I walked around 4 or 5 kilometers in the darkness, along some street, trying to reach the restaurant, until I finally saw the street lights from the place.
Friends, it is closed. Good, so doors are closed, nothing possible. I tried to call as well because maybe they're still open, but nobody picks up, so definitely closed. I have 3 possibilities, actually 2. The first one is I sleep here on the parking spot. I guess the owners are not very happy about it. Or I walk now somewhere in the middle of nowhere and find a place to make camp and don't eat. Well, I have some beef jerky. But sleep in somewhere here and continue in the morning. But it's a bit too dark and also too late. It's almost 10 o'clock. So I decided to order a taxi and head down to the south. Sleep there in a hotel, and then basically I replan the route. And tomorrow I will continue. The bad thing is I need to climb the mountain up again probably. But yeah, continue basically tomorrow. It's pretty frustrating, but I think it was the best decision. But we will see. Anyways, I wait now for the taxi. Some beef jerky. Lifts the motivation. But yeah. I got for 32 euros this amazing place. And apparently it even has a sea view. Well, it's called the Sea View Hotel. Wow. I don't see the sea right now because it's dark, but it's beautiful. The only really bad thing is, can I make my inverse light? The only really bad thing is I'm now at an elevation of around 500 meters. So tomorrow I need to climb up again 1000 meters. I will now go eat somewhere, get some food, and yeah, plan the route for tomorrow. Alright, back in the hotel, finished food, and now ready for bed. I'm so tired. Have a good night, see you tomorrow morning. Good morning. I had a really nice night, slept like a baby.
I was faced with 2 options. Either adjust the route or go back from where I took the taxi yesterday. I decided to follow the original plan. But because I was already almost back at sea level, it would have been too much to climb the mountain again and then hike the route. That's why I decided to take a taxi or a bus back up from where I left yesterday night.
I'm back on the start, already making the first kilometers. I decided to take a taxi and continue where I stopped yesterday. That means I need now to go the street back and then continue in the other direction. I think it was a very, very smart idea not to sleep up here, because apparently this hunting season, or actually Sunday is hunting day here on top of the plateau. And on the way to here I saw everywhere hunters on the street with the guns and the dogs. And the place where I stopped yesterday, I had a coffee there, already all the hunters getting warm with their beer. So basically they're tipsy or drunk and shooting around. It's also not really clear where they are, so wish me luck that I don't get shot. So basically there on top there's a bunch of hunters. It's like 500 meters away, and they shoot around there. And I really want to trust them, but after seeing them drinking beer, I don't feel very well. Alright, so today is really not my day. I was walking along the street, and left and right are everywhere hunters shooting, I guess, rabbits or some birds. But it's like really close to the street, and I don't want to continue the hike because I would go basically directly in the field next to the hunters. that seems a bit too dangerous for me. And also, as I was walking there, it was pretty close. It's like 5 meters away from the street. They're shooting around. It seems not very good. So I don't know what to do. I have no idea. Alright, so it doesn't make any sense. I go back to this house where I was yesterday evening stranded, today stranded, and now again stranded. And from there I will try to make an alternative route. It seems in this direction to Fanal, that's the main hunting area. I asked 2 hunters and they said that they hunt there as well. Well, probably I could walk on the street, but it's really not fun to walk 20 kilometers along this concrete street. And inside the fields, I don't want to go because the people with the guns shooting around, and I personally don't trust anyone with guns near me. Back on my favorite street again. I was at the coffee and spoke with one of the hunters who were drinking beers there, and he explained me around the season. So apparently this goes now until end of November, which will impact my hikes quite a lot. And secondly, he was also explaining where they are. So what I'm trying to do, because the actual route that I wanted to make through the historical trees and forest, I cannot go because they are the hunters. But I will go to another very famous hike, which I actually wanted to avoid because it's like full of tourists. But from there I can then actually go to the trail where I can then descend to Puerto Moniz. I will try that and let's hope. If this doesn't work, I give up. Alright, let's go.
The unexplained, the unthinkable is how you move, it's who you are. The unexplained, the unthinkable is how you move, it's who you are. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Your peace, perfect peace, transcends my understanding. In awe of all that you are, you're beyond my...
We went now to a trail called 24 Fountains. It's like one of the most touristy trails. The reason why I went to here is basically there's a tunnel that goes to Calheta to the south. And that's basically where I slept this night. And I think I'm going back there. There's no chance to make it to the trail that I actually wanted to do because I would need to cross the whole valley. And then on the other side there are the hunters again. So I will go to Calheta and call it a day, give up there. It's pretty frustrating.
So I will not lie, after I realized I would not make it to Puerto Moniz, I was really frustrated. On this trip everything went wrong. Yesterday the water situation, the sleeping spots, the closed hotel, and today the hunters, and in order to escape the hunters I tried 3 hiking trails, which I all failed. But hey, in the end, it is the obstacles that you remember, and it's the obstacles that you grow from and that make you stronger. So I will not make it to Puerto Moniz today, that's out of my control. But what is within my control is what I make out of the rest of my journey. So I decided to make the best out of it, and to be honest, this fuse made it really easy.
Okay, this is the way. Okay, in the tunnel, apparently there's really a tunnel. It's really cold here. I can see even my own breath. And I'm curious how long this is. Here's, in any case, a Levada. Here, everywhere these little things. And imagine you're passing by here and somebody stands there and makes like, whoa! I made a quick break and I finished the tunnel. I checked a new route. We will not go to Porto Muniz because it's too far. My plan is to take there, follow the Levada there and go to the south coast. There down straight in front is the sea. This is the south side of the island. For me, of course, it's frustrating and I wanted to make this trail, but it's part of the adventure. Stuff goes wrong and you need to adjust and to rethink the whole plan. So this is actually exactly adventure. So let's not have a bad mood. Let's enjoy this amazing day and continue the hike.
What do you want from me? And why are you still here? Thought everything I said was enough to keep you away for years. Why aren't you listening? Can't seem to leave it alone. I tried and I tried, but I can't change the road you're on. I can see a heartbreak coming. I can see it in the way she walks. I can see your heartbreak coming. I just can't find the courage to talk.
That was it. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, if you liked it, smash the like button, and if you want to support me and my channel and make projects like this possible, please subscribe. Thank you so much. On this note, let me give you some more safety and security advice. Always, if you go hiking, take enough water with you. In a normal environment, you say at least 3 liters per hiking day. If you stay overnight, of course, then even more. The reason why I didn't took so much water with me was because I wanted to save space and kilos. And previously I was trained in the Alpine rescue team and I survived longer than 24 hours without any water in the Alpine environment. But if you didn't train for it and if you never did it before, don't even think about it. This is very dangerous. Stay on the safe side, take some extra food, take some extra water with you, and that's how you can enjoy the mountains. I hope you stay safe, enjoy the mountains, enjoy hiking. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.
Song for no one.